Darkness, my old friend. I come to say shut the fuck up to every single one of you dumbass sugar tits. Okay, now that I got your attention, let me discuss about what has been happening to me as of recent. I was in internet Disney Animation Television, working closely with Alex Hirsch and Darren Nefsey. The latter is the showrunner, creator, writer, and dictator behind Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I was hired by Nefsey and the company to write story ideas for an episode, because I honestly thought, without even seeing the show, it was more of an awkward experience. You see, the original storyline for Season 3 was supposed to be a bit more chaotic and mature-themed in comparison to the childish first two seasons, yet was rejected due to it ruining the continuity of an already ruined series. Left square bracket long breathe right square bracket, and I should just end it here. But no, Disney TV executives, voice actors Evan Sher and Adam MacArthur, and creator Darren Nefsey felt unnerved once we were asked to screen the upcoming episode. This was following after Booth Buddies, but the title was never revealed. So what was my mission? Well, Darren and company asked if I could screen it on my own to double-check this episode before its initial, albeit unspecified, edit. So I went to the screening room, grabbed a notebook and pencil, the Nintendo Switch. Just in case the episode bores me, I could just play a little Splatoon 2, or maybe a remastered WarioWare Straight Out of My Virtual Boy, and some food, consisting of a 7-11 Slurpee, a voltage-flavored Mountain Dew, steamed hams over at Wendy's, and 3.99 tamale/nacho crusted cheese tacos from Taco Bell. I'm actually Guy Fieri, no I'm not, and so I prepared myself and the episode played. Intro played normally, as I got a huge erection from the song's glorious jam and all lyrics. It's gonna get a little weird. It's gonna get a little wild. I'm not around here. I'm from another dimension. However, something seemed off. All the characters in the series that were used in this intro looked rather disappointed, especially Star, who stared down in her knees in utter dismay. There's also Marco looking like a member of an illegal Mexican drug cartel, Dottie looking like a Fox News anchor. Funny cause viewing this back in July 2017, Disney didn't even buy 20th Century Fox until months later in December, and Jackie wearing a cane, top hat, suit, bow tie, a monocle, and appearing to have wooden teeth. What makes it more insulting is that the star in Stars 1 was actually Darren Nefsey's head, smiling sinister, as if the show she was making was just a flat-out scam towards the viewers. I thought nothing of it. All I wanted to do is to watch this fun and enjoyable program. The episode sets in Muni, but during an overhead view of the castle, we see Star using her wand to turn her chair into white powder. She then snorts the white poet's cocaine. It's obviously cocaine. How could there be references to drug use in the kids' television program? It doesn't help that the animation changes every single shot. At one point it looks like the current animation done with rough draft Korea, then turned into a Toon City episode from Season 1B, then to Mercury Filmworks from the earlier episodes, all in 4 different shots. Doesn't help that the animation this time around looked a lot cheaper, as if it was outsourced from a more worn-down animation studio. Only this time Star looked like a Seth MacFarlane character done in MS Paint. To add insult to injury, there was even some kind of cute away gag she made in which she sang Can't Stop Partying by Weezer featuring duet by Eclipse. The episode cuts back as Marco comes in but sounding awfully angry and depressed sounding, unusual to have Marco break character, plus it sounded like actor Adam MacArthur trying to voice an older, much sadder version of the character, as if Adam sounded insecure about himself during production. Star, we need to save Muni. Star responds, who are you anyway? Wait, what? I didn't even see the show, but Star knew Marco from the beginning of the series, so how can Star forget so quickly? That's out of character for her. I mean, as wonky as this episode is, especially with its inconsistent animation errors, the episode started out fine until the scene with Toffee. He is the lizard the size of a human, and the main villain of the series, but here he appeared 300 feet tall like Godzilla, and also had the Hitler mustache. The citizens of Muni were alerted and they tried to run as fast as possible, but both King and Queen Butterfly were both seen outside being crushed by Toffee's foot in the most hyper-realistic way possible. We've seen realistically animated blood and gore and other series of realistic grisly images. I mean, I wouldn't blame people running away from this lizard. No wonder the animation studio changed this season, as well as the first few episodes. Doesn't help that the animation now turned into a Ren and Stimpy style animation, as if Darren Nefty's drawings were changed into John Grixalussi's, and when Marco and Star begin to panic, the background suddenly turned psychedelic. Even Star looked like Renho trying to slap the shit out of Marco like Cal Rentis in that show. Star grabs her wand to destroy Toffee but ends up being zapped in the process. She was zapped with photorealistic blood and gore coming from the Princess Star. We can see human skeletons drawn in the process. Doesn't help that there was some audio glitch during the making, as we can hear Darren Nefty snickering in the background, as if she wants to destroy her creation, as well as her fan base. Fuck this show. Scene cuts to Star lying in a hospital bed, as we also see Eclipse, Marco, Ludo, Jana, Jackie, Brittany, Alfonso, Meteor, and Hope in the same room, but something seemed off. The animation looked more unfinished, and it looked like it was made in colorized animatic. And when the characters speak, their lips don't match of what they say. Hell, the lip syncing is just as shitty as the cutscenes straight out of a few early PS1 Tomb Raider games. Darren Nefty doesn't know anything about animation, I swear. She's probably the same person who claims that there's no such thing as a flat earth. Heck, this studio is full of idiots. The people in the hospital were seen crying, as Marco wanted to say his finally goodbye to Star, until she herself had something to say which gave me a frozen headache. You see, Earth was never a pretty place and neither was Muni. Nothing is safe. Not in this entire universe. There is something you need to know. If people say God is good, if people believe in God, how come he created something that can destroy everything? How come people die every day, get killed, murdered in wars, bombing, mass shootings, terrorist acts, and natural weather disasters? How could people do maniacal things to each other? Spit in each other's faces, as if there is no problem whatsoever. The camera suddenly zooms to Star's face. It zooms deeper and deeper in the most uncomfortable way possible. I can see a realistically detailed version of Star's face. Little Marco, how about we dispel this notion once and for all and guess where I'm going? choose and guess which one before I quickly die in a few seconds. There are two places we all know, heaven and hell. I'll give you one hint, it's the one place I'm going, and I would frankly rather go. What made it more horrifying than her face drawn in so much detail looking like a realistic human face? Well, while speaking her mouth was changed to Synchrovox, just someone filming her mouth moving green screened in a cartoon face, similar to the opening theme song to SpongeBob. I tried to enjoy my food during all of this bullshit happening. But then something bewildering and chaotic happened and it shed a popsicle-flavored tear in my eye. Star passed away and the characters were sobbing. The voices sounded a lot more true than any improv throughout the series. The clumsy animation involved Star morphing into a CG-rendered skeleton, but poorly rendered in 3rd Studio Max, as if this was taken directly from some random animator's college portfolio/demo reel. To make matters worse, as we see Star floating in outer space on her way to heaven, she was gravitation pulled straight to the gates of hell. Circular fiery layers were drawn more realistically. Star screamed her lungs out, and it sounded like even Cher actually screaming in violent grisly terror tracks, thinking there was something truly horrifying happening to her. What the fuck was wrong with this episode? What is this? I spat out one of my Taco Bell enchilada shell tacos just watching this scene unfold. The screaming got louder and louder to the point when the speakers started crackling as my ears bled. Sadly, the worst has yet to come, because this, what I've just witnessed, wasn't the worst part of this episode. Star appeared in hell as Satan approaches her. He had a growling banshee scream accompanied by his demonized laugh, though sounded even louder than I thought. I'm surprised it's not just dogs that are scared of this. To add insult to injury, and dear God, people will not believe me, his bloody rouge red pitchfork morphed into an early 90s boombox radio, and Satan just turned into a SoundCloud rapper version of himself, and as a shitty trap beat starts to play, and trust me, I don't know what Darren Nessie was thinking when she made this episode. It ended up being a rap battle between Satan and Star. Funny, you think Lucifer himself would play a mean-ass fiddle down to Georgia. You may think he is a great subject for death metal, black metal, and grindcore. But now he's gonna do some epic mumble-rapping battle with a shitty trap beat playing as he dresses up as a SoundCloud rapper. I mean, it's cool that he's getting hip with the times, I guess. Satan starts his first rap verse. Yo, my name's Satan, and I'm here to tell y'all my rapping and rhyming is high-caliber million-dollar bills. Y'all starter as fucking trash as a shitty body pillow. Your fan base a fucked. Your character shipping a ghetto. Whoa, haul up, cursing in a kid's cartoon show. Lucky I was in a production test screening and not a Discord server, or else I would ban the frick out of this episode. Also, nice of Darren to shatter the fourth wall talking about the fanbase and its character shipping. But what the hell is this? Is this how she visions rap battles? Did Nessie herself see a rap battle in her life? That's like saying Channel Awesome is fake. PSFT, Nostalgia Critic is a professional critic, thank you very much. Star Butterfly was next to rap. Hey red smelly dick, yo dumbest shit, I ain't in the mood. I rhyme poetry like a fancy steak restaurant. Use like shitty fast food, I'm the fucking crushing queen of Muni, and I'll loop your ass like moon butterfly spaghetti. The rhyming and rhythm techniques from either two are terrible. This was the idea of a rap battle or a trap-style mumble rap. To make the scene worse than its shitty rap battle, Satan's minions appeared in the background watching the rap battle, but these aforementioned demon-filled minions were actually real-life dead rappers such as Tupac, Run DMC, Eazy, Nate Dogg, Biggie Smalls, and Sean Proof Dupree. Satan was next to rap with yet another shitty rhyme. What a shocker, am I right? He rapped the following. You ain't stank no more, you ain't down no more, you ain't a queen, but more a cackle dumped up attention whore. The only spell ya ass casts with yo one is a shit tier quality spell used shittier than an enchilada / nacho shell taco from Taco Bell. Wait, how does he know about my tacos? Not to mention I can hear sounds of banshee growl cheering from the dead rappers. Star was next. Yo better watch yo fuck self. Yo mumble is shit like your trash waifu. Yeah, can't play a fiddle no more. Yeah, can't even train some kung fu, so get the damn out of here. Yeah, self-centered SoundCloud satanist. This rap beats a faggot and use a Harvey Weinstein guzzled rapist. This all offends me, triggers me more than any special snowflake SJWs over at Tumblr and Twitter. The screaming got louder and she even said faggot on TV. It's bad enough that there is no much cursing in a family-oriented animated series. Though at least she and the devil are seen smoking some cigars over in Britain referred as faggot. So I sighed in relief that they were only referring cigars as faggots. But a rape joke, really? The screaming got louder and louder. I couldn't tell if these demons were cheering at the shitty rapping, the horrible language, them smoking cigars, the fourth wall jokes, or a Harvey Weinstein reference. Once again in July 2017 -- also predicting events, but my ears bled and red roar to the point where I become deaf. The volume of each screams were cranked up to 11 that I can feel my seat shaking. I thought there was a crackling earthquake in the middle of this horrible test screening theater. I had to run out until suddenly both Star Butterfly and Satan stared at my glazing soul with their vulgar, violent, disheveled, photorealistic bloodshot eyes without even any hints of blinking. Star had a sinister smile showing her razor-sharp knife-shaped teeth, and she violently threatened out this command to me. If you walk away from this episode screening, I will jump out the screen and use my wand to turn your dick into a llama. You don't want that to happen, do you? See you, Mr. Theodore Arthur Teddy Matt Callahan Heasley III. What? How does she know my name? I assume this is why Satan mentioned the Taco Bell tacos I began to eat. But sweet baby damn, I rushed out of the screening room. I grabbed the DVD once I snuck into the projection room, and I stormed straight to Darren Nefsey's office, demanding the meaning of this train wreck. I slammed the DVD to her desk and I asked with my shouting voice, what the fuck is this bullshit? Her chair swiveled around, revealing, well, it's hard to even explain. She turned around with her evil grin staring at my soul, and she uses her plastic wand, used for promotions of the show, to turn me into toffee. I honest to God thought that her wand was plastic and fake, but it turns out that it's a style of witchcraft that ended up ruining my life forever. I ended up being toffee. Stephen Shaw was in a costume as Star, and Adam MacArthur was in a costume as Marco Diaz. But all of this was real. This was no cartoon anymore. Darren exclaimed, "Okie dokie guys. Let's start shooting this new series." To add insult to injury, she used her same one to turn that Star vs. screener DVD into a Family Guy DVD. I panicked. I had to rush out, but things seemed off. Everything is in animated form, albeit inconsistently animated. Every season to this point of Starverses were filmed on location. They were not drawn. Daryl Nepsey has been lying to you, especially the fan base, this whole entire time. I was one of many reasons why I was shipped with another character. The moral of the story is to not trust talented creators. They will take you for granted. Mommy and Daddy, please forgive me for working my college intern at a so-called animation studio. I'm typing this all out before I attempt to commit suicide. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye, forever.